Ex-pro crowns King Richard a tennis masterclass with surprise nod to Frances Tiafoe's girlfriend. Tennis has always had a flair for the dramatic, epic rivalries, underdog victories, emotional meltdowns, and historic comebacks. So, it's no surprise that the sport has often made its way to the big screen. From popcorn-friendly rom-coms to intense, inspirational sports dramas, tennis has inspired filmmakers for decades. In recent years, it's even entered the streaming world, like in the Netflix docuseries Breakpoint, which dives deep into the behind-the-scenes of the tour. And of course, there's Challengers, the Zendaya-led film that made waves for mixing tennis with messy love triangles. And now, a former American pro is now talking about his favorite tennis movie, giving a special mention to Frances Tiafoe's girlfriend. On the latest episode of the Nothing Major podcast, Jack Sock, John Isner, Sam Querrey, and Steve Johnson started things off not with forehands and drop shots, but with a heated debate about tennis movies and subtitles on Netflix. First up was Sam Querrey, who confidently declared his favorite tennis film of all time, Wimbledon, the 2004 rom-com starring Kirsten Dunst and Paul Bettany. But the pick didn't land well with the rest of the group. The other three shot it down, calling it one of the worst tennis movies ever. Querrey's co-hosts argued that for a sports film to be successful, it has to get the tennis right. That means good technique, realistic shots, and actual players who know what they're doing. John Isner pointed to King Richard as a standout example of how to get that part right. Isner said, "They had Frances's girlfriend was one of the fill-ins like she's an actual player, so the playing." As to Stevie's point, he was referring to Frances Tiafoe's girlfriend, Ayan Broomfield, who worked as a body double during some of the tennis scenes. King Richard, the 2021 biopic starring Will Smith as Richard Williams, tells the story of how Venus and Serena Williams' father coached his daughters into greatness. The film picked up 6 Oscar nominations at the 94th Academy Awards, and Smith won the Best Actor award. And behind those scenes of Venus serving and volleying, Ayan Broomfield was doing the hard work of making those shots look real. Broomfield stepped in for actress Sania Sidney to play Venus Williams during her early years. Talking about the experience, she said, "Yes, actually Isha Price, her, Venus Williams' sister, came out to some of our practices and she's like, you got to drop the wrist, got to drop the wrist. Even in the serve, I was trying as hard as possible. But it was such an experience being around the Williams sisters, being around Will Smith was incredible. Such an opportunity." The WAG's got a solid tennis resume of her own. She won 2 doubles titles on the ITF Tour and reached her best singles ranking of number 680 in April 2015. In college, she teamed up with Gabby Andrews for UCLA and won the 2019 NCAA Division I Women's Tennis Championship in doubles, beating Michigan's Kate Fahey and Brianne Miner. These days, though, she's focused on a different kind of career. Broomfield is stepping into the influencer world and building a name for herself on social media. But that career pivot wasn't an easy choice. Ayan Broomfield grew up in Toronto and moved to Florida as a teen to chase her tennis dreams. That's also where she met Frances Tiafoe. The two have been inseparable ever since. Still, she struggled with the idea of traveling with him full-time on tour, especially if it meant just being seen as a tennis WAG. Then came a conversation with Roger Federer that changed everything. He said he wouldn't have been where he was now without the help of his wife, how much sacrifice she made for him, all the things that she helped him with, and that it's crucial to getting to a certain place, she told Glamour. "He gave me tips. He told me different ways that I could help and what I could do. And I remember leaving that conversation like, okay, I am in it. Let's do this." That talk inspired her to find her own path. She's working as a model and a social media influencer. She also recently launched her own nonprofit foundation to support grassroots charities worldwide. "I think that it's given women such an opportunity to create and show their personalities and be able to show the world who they are, instead of just being such and such girlfriend or such and such wife, you're able to show your personality," Broomfield said. Meanwhile, Frances Tiafoe is still grinding on the ATP Tour. He started the clay swing with a runner-up finish in Houston, but then faced early exits in Monte Carlo and Barcelona. At the 2025 Madrid Open, Frances made it to the round of 16. Next up, he'll look to build momentum at the Italian Open, starting May 6. Tennis movies may spark debates, but King Richard clearly made its mark on and off the court. Which tennis movie is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below.